What do people say about you? I'm talking about as an employee, as a business owner, as a member of your community, and as a boss. What do people say about you? Now, if you just thought to yourself, Bill, I don't care what other people think about me, please stop lying to yourself and start caring about what other people think, because it's instinctual. So let's talk about what other people had to say. Welcome to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. My name is Bill Moore. I am a food truck business coach, author of 5 food truck vending books, including Food Truck 101 and Food Truck 201. This podcast is all about helping you start and grow your food truck business. Table Needs welcomes you to listen in as Christian and Tracy, co-owners of Restless Coffee, spill the beans on their debut year in the food truck scene, uncover the secrets behind their secret menu, how they continually provide stellar customer service, and why building a strong community following is so important. Click the link in the episode description to watch the video for free. Caring about what other people think of you is instinct. It goes all the way back to our ancestors and when they started to band together to hunt and to fend off predators and to stay warm. The outsiders that didn't fit in with the group, they were shunned, which left them to fend for themselves. They had to worry about hunting as a loner. They had to fend off the predators as a loner. And if the predator was a big predator, being by yourself's not a good thing. Being accepted by the group meant your survival. So it's instinctual that we want people to like us as much as we want to say, I don't care what they think. So here are some things that I've heard, that I've read, or I've been told about an employee by their boss. Now, when I worked for Rax Restaurants in the mid-'80s, I was a part of the HR department in Florida. So I got to read every single review that was written about every assistant manager, every employee. So I'm going to read off some of the things that were on these different reviews. So here's the first one. This assistant manager has no emotional reactions. I would like to be a fly on the wall on a day when everything that can go wrong goes wrong at the restaurant. And at that same instant when everything's going wrong, Ed McMahon shows up and presents him with $1 million. I honestly think there would be no difference in reaction. Now, that was on an employee evaluation. This employee is so slow, drugs have to be involved. No human can possibly be this slow and not be on illegal drugs. That was written into a performance review. It's sad that they gave their notice. I will miss them. You know how long I will miss them? Think about taking a bucket of water and scooping it out of the ocean, and for an instant, there's a hole in the water. That's how long I'm going to miss them. How long it takes for that water to level itself back out. That was attached to someone's 2 weeks notice. Doing inventory is important and you must learn to count. I recounted your entire inventory and you missed 45 pieces of Swiss cheese. This is unacceptable. Now, the particular restaurant this occurred in was a $1 million a year plus restaurant. So missing 45 pieces of cheese on an inventory would not have even shown up in the decimal when you divided it out. It had zero impact on the food cost, but they had to make a big deal about it when they were writing somebody up for missing 45 pieces of cheese. This employee is a straight arrow. I am glad they decided to join our team. That's a good positive thing to hear. But 1 month later on a write-up, this supervisor needs to be flexible when enforcing the rules. Everything can't be black and white. So they were complimented about being a straight arrow, which means they follow the rules. And then when they followed the rules, they got in trouble for it. You can't send mixed signals to your employees. This employee can't count money. The safe was off $1 2 days in a row. This is unacceptable. You have to be able to help somebody when you're writing them up. This employee can't count money is not helping anyone. This employee is too shy, too quiet to work in the drive-thru area or even the front line. I recommend termination since they are too slow in the kitchen to even keep up at lunch or dinner. This employee needs to work on delegation. He takes on too much but does not accomplish anything. Now, this same employee, 6 months later, he is a rock star. Everything I ask him to do, he gets done, and it gets done now. Again, mixed signals. Which is it? Do they need to delegate or are they a rock star? Wow, blank has such fast hands and remembers everything he is told. He completed the training 2 weeks early. Can we just release him to go back to his store? Did that guy just interview us? No one looking for a job asks those kind of questions. This was one person talking to another person during a job interview. I need special permission to release blank early. The training is completed and he should not have been in a 10-week training program in the first place. He ended up helping the training manager with all the other trainees. That is a full plate you have given yourself. I would be happy if you got half of that done. Thin the list down to things you really could achieve in the next quarter. Then, 6 months later, same person. Blank is a follower. He does the job exactly as laid out for him, but takes no initiative to improve anything or make changes. Again, if it's a full plate and they're taking initiative to improve the business and you say, hey, thin the work down, you can't ding them when they thin the work down. I would never allow him to open a new store. Keep him in existing units and let the other people with more initiative take the new stores. I am glad blank is a better sailor than a cook. We'd still be on that island if his best skill was cooking. Blank needs to use organizers and planners. Too much is getting forgotten and missed. Every single one of those is real. And every single one of those is about me. The good ones, the bad ones, the rude ones, the less than helpful comments have been on reviews that I've gotten at one point or another. See, the perception that people have of you most likely is not reality. And it certainly is not going to be your own perception. Now, if you think about it, for the bad comments that I've gotten, I should have been terminated or demoted, right? Well, no. You don't terminate somebody for any of the things that was said about me in the past. What you do is come up with a development plan to help the person get better. Effectively, they wasted their time complaining on a review, hoping to maybe force someone into quitting without worrying about how can we make this employee better? We've already spent all this kind of money on them. How do we make it better? In most cases, through trial and error, I made improvements that were necessary to get those positive comments that I read off. Trial and error. That is not the most efficient way to teach an employee. So my question to you, how are you teaching your team? What are they going to learn from you? Are you going to write stellar reviews? Are you going to complain about them but not teach them how to get better? Because it's all up to you. If you want to have stars working for you, you got to teach them how to be a star. Food service is a job requiring training and feedback. Feedback helps employees to duplicate the good actions, and it also helps identify the bad ones so they don't do them again. If you as a boss remain silent, they're going to duplicate whatever they want. So you'll end up getting more and more of the same thing. Every single chain that I work for, following my 13 years at Rax, they got the benefit of me having worked at Rax restaurants for 13 years. I went from being, he is so slow, we should fire him, to, I wish everybody was as quick as you are at getting things done. I went from, he'll never get out of the kitchen because he's too shy, to having been told to, it's time to shut up because your coaching sessions are going too long. And that's me talking too much. When you spend the time to interview, when you spend the time to hire, and then you're obligated to spend the time training your staff, you're going to have a much easier time on your food truck. At least I hope you do. It's up to you to be a leader. It's up to you to teach your staff. And it's up for you to help them be better today than they were yesterday. A team is only as good as its leader. Saying hateful things on reviews doesn't make you a good leader. Having a plan to help the employee become a stellar employee does make you a good leader. And guess what? The choice is up to you. Thank you so much for listening to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. If you're finding all the information helpful to your food truck business, please become a monthly supporter of the podcast. Just hit the support button or follow the link in the description. Every little bit does help keep us going. Join our Facebook group. It's called Food Truck Training. We have a whole bunch of awesome members at all different levels, from brand new beginners to decades-old veterans. They've all got your back when it comes to helping you with your food truck. And again, thank you for listening. Come back tomorrow because you know I got plenty more to say when it comes to helping you and your food truck business grow.